Grudy's racing rest day. Rightio. So, what we have here is 3.5 litre car. Fan's still on. Still got a hook up tacho. And there's an issue with temp gauge in the dash. Drives quite nice. Still got to go for a wheel alignment tomorrow, but take it for a little spin up here. They're a good little car. I like the 3.5 litre car. They have a lot of poke, which is why you would build one. You don't build one for any other reason other than the fact that they go quite well. For what they are, this thing needs, this car was like second gear, 3, 4, 5s, and it just drives nice. Right, let's put that down there. Yeah, nice little car. They'll just do what they're supposed to do. The indicator's a bit dodgy on this one. So, alright, you got a bit of poke, which is good. They're not a race car by any means. They've just got they've got a lot of torque. They do what they need to do. So the indicator works good on the left. This car needs a lot of sorting. This car was let's pull up and I'll talk about it. Right. So this car was, let's stop here. Have a squeeze. Right, so the car itself's actually pretty clean. All the chrome's good. It's got a bunch of little dents on it, weird ones from sitting around. We gave it a quick wash. It needs a really, really good detail. But for a 323 85, see, it's got Dicky wiper unit, which is normal for an e30. Hold on, let's see if we can get that to put the wipers back down. Right, so the interior is okay. The dash is actually not bad for a cracked one. Back seat's pretty good. Everything seems to be okay. The 3.5 conversion come up really nice. I always put the factory airbox in, they just sit in really good. We're running a 70-degree thermostat, thermatic switch on this one. This is actually the one out of the 323 thermostat block. Run fleece tape, and e34 loom's a little short. This e32 loom, it's a tad short. It could be a little bit longer and it'd fit a little bit neater, and we could probably get in one of these plastic pieces, but yeah. Wrapped all the loom. E90 booster and master. It's got my little adapters and stuff in there. Use the mini overflow. It's got the electric power steer, and then we run all the wires up here. We have an on-off switch, so if you're working under the bonnet, you can turn it off. Massive blade switch there, blade fuse there. But yeah, it's all quite neat. Had to extend the lower hose to get around the aircon compressor. We'll find out how all the aircon works once he gets it all regassed. Wait, we'll go around. Yeah, looks nice and neat. I don't really like the solid engine mounts, but they work. So, hey, they work. That's all that matters. It doesn't have any leaks. It's pretty good. Little stuff like going through receipts, like that little brass T there. Ridiculous money. Purchasing parts now is getting so out of hand, it's not funny. the amount of hose clamps that I buy to put on jobs like this. I try to use some second-hand ones on non-crucial things, but things like heater hose and stuff like that, I'll try to use as much of new stuff as I can. I didn't do these fuel lines. These are actually alright. They do need to be replaced at some stage, but they're at the top so they can be seen if there's any leaks or anything wrong. It still wasn't cheap. It's got heavy duty 228mm clutch. It's got a lightweight 228mm flywheel that's been machined. Still a lot of money. When someone's asking $30,000 for a nice, neat, tidy, turnkey, engine-swapped E30, it's actually worth considering. Because a nice, clean, tidy one will cost you that to build by the time you buy a neat car. Always recommend to people to buy a 6-cylinder car if they're doing conversions, and preferably a manual one. You know, manual pedal box, $450. Slave cylinder, master cylinder rebuild. All the little bits, it all adds up. This one come up really good. The electric power steer is good. I actually rate it. It feels really nice. When you first start it up, it's stiff. You wait 10 seconds and it comes into its own and it gets nice and soft. Once it comes up to pressure, now, oh yeah, speedo's working. Always like to make sure that everything works. Hold on, I'll park it and then I'll have a chat. So whenever you're, yeah, I know my camera skills are a little bit shitty whilst I'm driving. Whenever you're building one of these cars, you need to kind of take into consideration everything that you're going for. E30, usually when I do a Series 2, I will do M54, M52, M20, because gearbox, you do a 318, M54, you can't really beat M54 for bang for buck. They go really well, they make lots of torque. You kind of want to go the biggest engine you can, but as light as possible. So if that means M44 turbo, that's probably more perfect. It's budget. It all comes down to budget. So this car's a sub $10,000 budget, so M30 car. Right, by the time we did a lot of other stuff on this car at the same time. So we did coilovers, we did purple tag rack, we set up the electric power steer to run, so we could run aircon. So this will be the first M30 power steer aircon car that I've done. I don't do aircon usually, so from now on I might take into consideration aircon. As much as I don't want to, I will take it into consideration. So yeah, it's just one of them things. Look, stuff like this. Last service, can you see that? 2009, 269,000. Right, this car has 278,000 on it. That's 2009. Its last rego sticker was 2010. As far as I know, this car's been out of rego for nearly 10 years. The brakes look like it. There you go. Next step, I've got to hook up tacho into, there's one of the cords that comes out of the actual ECU. Get the tack hooked up. There. What do you mean? Nice.